The Mariners Care Auction. You can bid on signed jerseys from legends like Junior, Ichiro, Edgar, and many more. Proceeds will benefit the Fosse Home, the nonprofit partner of the Mariners Academy in the Dominican Republic, and Manny Acta's Impact the Kids Foundation.
Estamos de vuelta, mi gente. Estamos de vuelta ya con la transmisión de Seattle versus Texas. Ya ustedes saben. Vamos a darle like a compartir la transmisión otra vez.
Rayleigh leads it off. Rayleigh on base 4 times last night. What a run he has been on since the beginning of August, batting close to 290. You don't really think of Luke Rayleigh as an on-base guy. Obviously a hitter with a lot of power, but he's on basing over 400 since the start of August. And you add all that together, he has really been, in terms of OPS, one of the most productive players in baseball since the beginning of August. Gets jammed a little bit here, and let's see, it's flagged down by Smith on a skip, and Smith is able to get the out. Looked like for a moment that might be able to squeak through.
And his cutter just kind of runs in on his hands and jams him just a little bit, and that gave it enough time to get Josh Smith in front of it. And really, he's been so good in September, but the thing that really impresses me is just the extra base hits, already 8 for this month.
Justin Turner inside the box. Right back up the middle and into center field. One on base hit for Turner.
Yeah, and Turner, after getting off to a little bit of a slow start, has really started to pick things up over his last 13 games. He's got 10 runs, but he's just finding different ways to get on base. And I like the fact that he just sort of, hit a 16 hopper back up the middle too.
Rule ball 1 to Jorge Polanco. The September ranks for the Mariners offensively are pretty interesting. I think they would surprise a lot of people. Now, the Mariners have had a couple of really big offensive outbursts. They had a 16-run game in the Coliseum. They had a 10-run game to wrap up the last road trip. They've also just been much more consistent overall. I mean, even outside of the real peaks that we just mentioned. But in the month of September, the Mariners are second in baseball in runs scored. This is into right field for a base hit. That pushes Turner into second base. They're second in runs, second in on base. They're 5th in slugging. They have really cut down the strikeouts. They've truly become one of the more productive lineups in baseball this month.
And I think this is just a little bit of a shift in the approach, is that we're not seeing these swings that are a little bit kind of like all or nothing, and that's because of the dude right there on the right side of your screen. Edgar, I just sort of attached myself to his hip again today down at batting practice, and this is what he's focused on. I mean, this is what he wants to see them do, is find ways to put the ball in play. He's working on just a repeatable swing, finding that way to get consistency at the plate.
JP with 1 out and 2 on. Bounce it back to the glove. 1 ball and 1 strike. You mentioned putting the ball in play. The Mariners, who basically every month this year have led the majors in strikeout rate, they're 18th in September. If they were 18th for the whole year, it'd be probably a much different conversation we'd be having right now.
No, and you're right, because the pitching has been so good. You think about all of those games that they just needed that one big hit, or the productive outs, because we talk about that a lot. Last in baseball. But over the last 12 games, they're like middle of the pack when it comes to productive outs. So they're starting to find ways to get the sac fly, to bunt the runner over, to hit the ball to the right side with a runner on 2.
2-2 to Crawford. Unlike the last two nights where we have known that the Rangers would have a fairly firm pitch count on their starting pitcher of around 75, Max Scherzer is different. Bruce Bochy saying earlier today that it's basically up to Max. So we will see. He has, of course, earned that right, but they're hoping for 5 innings. Wow. That goes Crawford's way, and the Mariners have him loaded. Very much strike 3. Crawford gladly accepts, and the Mariners have the bags packed for Josh Rojas.
That'll be interesting. No pitch count specified, but he threw 53 pitches in his last rehab. I mean, I can't imagine he'd go much more than 70 today. You like this. Lots of traffic. Make him throw a ton.
Turner at third. Polanco the runner at second. Crawford just walked aboard at first. Oh, 2. Rojas, the first batter this inning that Scherzer has gotten ahead on, has fallen behind 1-0 to the previous 4 batters. No doubt working a little rust off. Oh, 2 pitch. Off the end of the bat. That trickles foul. One out, bases loaded. Top of the order, due up next. Mariners trying to get on Scherzer early tonight. Here comes the 1-2. Fly ball out to the gap. Left center field. Langford chasing at the wall. He makes the catch. Turner is able to come home. It is a productive out for the Mariners. Josh Rojas with a sacrifice fly. And the Mariners lead early, 1-0.
What's wrong with me, Aaron? What's wrong with me? I love this so much. Just find a way. But you got a runner on third, 1 out. Somehow, some way, you've got to do it. And this is a really good pitch. 86-mile-per-hour slider, low and away from him. He allows the ball to travel to him, is connected with his bat. His bat isn't away from his body. He hits this with pace to the left center field gap. I mean, sure, it would have been nice if it landed in the grass, but it'll work.
A lob over to first base for out number 3. Well, the Mariners leave a couple, but they do get the lead, 1-0 against Scherzer and the Rangers after 2. Game 3 tonight. Series tied at 1 game each. Carson Kelly leads it off. Carson Kelly, many years ago, top prospect for the St. Louis Cardinals. And they thought that there might not be too much of a need for Carson because of a guy named Yadier. So he was eventually traded over to Arizona. Part of that Paul Goldschmidt deal. Many years in the desert. Began this year at Detroit. And now playing with the Rangers.
And he's been really productive offensively and kind of forced them to have to get him in the lineup nearly half the time, splitting things with Jonah Heim.
Picks up a base hit here, a leadoff single to start the top of the third.
He's got hits now in 14 of his last 21 games and has raised his batting average, and he's on the outside corner of the plate that he's a little early on and pulls up the middle.
Number 9 hitter Leody Taveras. Squares to bunt, pulls back.
Pretty.
Now that slider has evolved so much over the years for Logan Gilbert, and now finds himself throwing that pitch more often than anything else.
And it was the slider that he went with to end the last inning and strike out Duran. I still don't know. I'm like, did he really shake off Cal? I mean, is that allowed? Did that really happen, or did like Cal push the button that said,
shake,
pretend to shake me off? No, shake again. It's, I mean, there could be a button with PitchCom. They could say that.
Oh, I believe it. I think there is.
Yeah.
2-2. Little head game.
Everybody knows that. Nobody shakes off Cal.
You know, it is one of the really kind of interesting things about Logan Gilbert. He, of course, has such a mind for pitching. He thinks about this stuff all the time, in season, off season. Just got a piece of that to foul it back. We know about how invested he is in the data and the science behind pitching. And yet he has said that when he steps on the mound, he shuts all that off. And he just rides with Cal Raleigh. And whatever Cal puts down, maybe I should say more times than not, maybe 99% of the time.
Except with 2 strikes to Duran.
Oh, this is crushed. Out to right field, way back there, and gone. Taveras has only 2 career hits against Logan Gilbert now, and they have both left the yard. It's a 2-run go-ahead homer.
Haven't had much luck against Logan Gilbert in any way, but against his cutter, they have had their most success, batting .226 against that pitch, and that's the one that ends up in the seats in right field.
Simeon has seen 2 pitches. He's made 2 outs. 1 away. Tonight's SAP broadcast is brought to you by the Laborers Union, 47,000 strong in the Northwest. Here's Josh Smith. Logan ahead 0-2. Is he able to hold back? Yes, he does. Does not chase that slider.
Really good sequence there. Back-to-back sliders, one in the zone and then the second one dropping down below it. Got a guy.
Rojas. Rayleigh makes the catch. 2 down. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Two outs, 2 runs in. In steps Wyatt Langford, who doubled down the line earlier. Jammed him. Turner off the bag. Gilbert full steam ahead for out number 3. Leody Taveras has put the Rangers in front on a 2-run home.
Mi gente, le pongo el audio cuando volvamos. Cuando vuelve el juego le pongo el audio. Vamos a compartir la transmisión, y es que no tiene fanáticos San Diego y Tesa. Vamos a compartir la transmisión. Digo, Seara y Tesa, me confundí porque estoy mirando el juego de San Diego en otra computadora, entonces por ahora me confundí.
Julio was tied with Freddie Freeman for the second most. Pretty impressive stuff, Julio.
It really is. And also impressive that all 4 of those were over 100 miles per hour exit velocity. But the one thing I really like about Julio's swing right now, he's not trying to swing hard. He is just swinging hard. He's just swinging nice, free, and easy.
He leads things off for the Mariners. Bottom of the 3rd. Oh, we do hear hitters from time to time, like Luke Rayleigh comes to mind, a guy who used to have more of a leg kick to generate more power. This is before he joined the Mariners ever. And then he realized that he already has a ton of power and doesn't need the leg kick. I mean, guys like that, guys like Julio, who naturally swing the bat so hard, right?
You are strong. You don't need to swing strong. Shohei Ohtani was another one. You know, when he first got to the States, he had a huge leg kick, and then he just realized, like, I didn't get to work here, and now it's just heel up, heel down.
Curveball gets a swing and a miss. Julio with a base hit already tonight. Oh, got him at 93. Maybe it didn't.
No, I think it. Yeah, it went straight back to the backstop. But that was. That was close.
Might have gone on the knob. Let's see.
I thought it missed everything. Did it hit the knob? Maybe? No? Maybe.
Just deflects a little bit. Good thing I stayed away from that hand. Fly ball left field again. Copy and paste. Here we go. Second deck. Tied at 2.
That is such an indicator of where his swing is right now. Last night, he absolutely mashes that curveball into the second deck, and this time it's the changeup. You have to recognize that off-speed pitch. You got to think to yourself, okay, I'm going to drive this the other way, and then you will end up pulling it like he did. If you think I'm going to pull this changeup, you're just going to roll over that pitch. He is in such a good spot. He's recognizing and making the right decision with his bat path.
Nothing and 2 on Cal. Full tour with the trident for Julio. All right, so in the last 2 games, including tonight, 6 hits, all at over 100 miles an hour. 5 of the 6 at 110 plus.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, almost every single one of them, except the double to right field, were all on breaking balls. And that's the thing. If you think about taking a fastball to the opposite field, that will allow you to crush all those breaking balls to the left. And if you're just thinking about pulling that fastball to the left, well, then you've just got no chance against all of that off speed. And that's where Julio is right now. That's what I'm talking about, Aaron.
2-2 to Cal. Julio has homered in back-to-back games, both to the upper deck in left field. Just off the plate. Good take from Cal Raleigh. Our Northwest Chevy Silverado drive of the game comes early tonight.
Let me just put that on a loop, Aaron. I mean, exactly what you want to be able to do as a hitter is to be able to take that fastball to the right side of the field, and if you get anything off speed, you're thinking up the middle opposite field with your bat path, and you will crush it to your pull side.
Okay, let me ask you the simple question, because you make that sound very simple, and
it's not.
And we've heard others talk about it, right? And it's clearly the philosophy that's being preached right now to many hitters. What makes it so difficult?
Well, so many people are trying to do damage out in front. You know, there's such velocity in this game. They're trying to get that barrel head out, and it's exactly the opposite of that. You want to lead with your knob of your bat. I mean, Edgar's talking about it all the time. You want to hit the inside half of the baseball, and if you can focus on that, if you allow yourself to be a little bit late on the inside pitch and a little bit early on the outside pitch, you will have way more room for error.
To center field, a catch made by Leody Taveras for round number 1.
I mean, how many times do you see Edgar over the course of his career take that fastball middle in and drive it into the right center field gap? Again, you've got to have that approach if you want to be able to hit all of the above. Now, listen, sometimes you're going to have counts. You're 2-0. You're 3-1. Let's go. I mean, spin to win. Spin to win. You know, you're looking for a fastball middle in, and you're going to park it into the seats. I'm not saying that still isn't going to happen, but this is a more measured approach.
Back foot breaking ball to Luke Raley, strike 1. Edgar, you know, when you think about guys who were able or are able to hit the ball with great authority to the opposite field, now, most of those guys end up in Cooperstown. There aren't a lot who can really do it. This is out towards the foul pole in right field. Garcia is into the corner. This ball is in the crowd. Foul. 0-2.
I mean, thing that allows you to do is to, and you hear this all the time, Aaron, too, is hit the ball where it's pitched. I mean, if that ball's outside and you're trying to pull it, it gets angry. It's mad at you. It doesn't want to do that. It doesn't want you to roll over it. And so having this approach allows you better to hit the ball where it's pitched.
Next home run for Luke Raley will be a new single-season career high. At 19 last year with the Rays.
Good take. I mentally just struck out. I just want you to know that. Headed back to the dugout. Got my bat. Good take.
Scherzer's got a couple of different breaking balls. That slider and the curveball as well. Full count. The payoff. Big bouncer to low at first base. Raley is safe at first. Hope you can join the Mariners this Thursday. It's Frazier Day, presented by Paramount Plus. You can score a limited edition t-shirt and enjoy some Frazier-themed fun, including giveaways, games, and a first pitch from Perry Gilpin, the actress behind Roz Doyle. Tickets available only at mariners.com/Frazier. Ball went to Turner, who singled his last time up.
Are you a big Frazier fan?
I've seen probably more Frazier than you might guess.
Really?
Yeah, way back in the day.
I kind of lost track of him. You know, like the spinoff from Cheers, and then.
Tell you what, as a young man, if I'd known that I eventually would have a home in Seattle, I probably would have watched a little more closely. Two outs and Raley at first base. Lifted out towards Langford in left field. Ballpark will hold it. For out number 3. Julio, a leadoff home run. His second in as many days, has tied the game after 3.
Well hit deep right. The power of De La Cruz. 4 extra base hits. He just crushed his second homer of the game. What a souvenir. Reds get one back in a big way. His 3rd career multi-home run game.
Wow, 105.
Can't let anything go by.
105.
105.1. That was a legit 105 right there. That's
Strike 3 call. 105 on the inner edge. 105 miles an hour. Catches Machado looking, and all he can do is bow to the great Aroldis Chapman of the Pirates.
Rookie Adrian Del Castillo in his second major league game. It's a fly ball to right field, and he's the first player in Diamondbacks history whose first career home run is a walk-off winner. Diamondbacks win it. Unbelievable. His second big league game. That's his 3rd hit tonight. His first major league home run is a walk-off winner.
Mariners 2025 season ticket memberships are on sale now. You can choose a flex or reserve plan, and either way, enjoy access to exclusive pre-sales, no ticket fees, year-round discounts, and a whole lot more. And check out all the benefits of becoming a member at mariners.com/25. Adolis Garcia leads it off. Fastball over the plate. Gets a swing and a miss for strike one. Mariners and the Rangers all tied. Julio with another second deck home run. Has even the score at 2. Garcia calls time. Two from Logan. Now the overall numbers for Garcia this year not as great as last, but over 20 home runs, still obviously a threat to leave the yard with any swing.
Did you see that on the bottom of the screen? Today's the day. The record will never be broken any time, anywhere. Father and son, homer, back-to-back, Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. I did not realize it was today. That it's never going to be replicated, correct? Never.
I think that's fair to say. Still 1-2. Yeah, truly one of a kind. Garcia leading things off here in the top of the 4th inning. They got him swinging and missing, chasing that splitter down to the dirt. There is out number 1. Third strikeout tonight for Logan Gilbert, who is now 6 away from 200 this year. That brings up Nathaniel Lowe, left-handed swinging first baseman for the Rangers. Outside for ball 1. Well, it's a real treat to welcome to the booth, man, a couple of just real titans. Danny Glover and Hall of Famer Lenny Wilkens. Guys, you look great in Mariner jerseys. How are you?
We're doing good, Thank you.
Yeah. Do you know that I am Lenny's OG broadcast partner?
Oh, is that right?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
He and I go
way back. We worked together.
Way back.
Oh yeah.
Way back.
Uh-huh.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. And you?
I am wonderful.
You look great. You look great.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just terrific to have you guys not only in the ballpark, but up in the booth. We know that you are here supporting the Rise Above Foundation. There's a whole lot of really kind of cool stuff to talk about. First of all, let's talk about Rise Above. For those who are not familiar with it, what can you tell us about it?
Well, Rise Above works with young Native American kids. It's helping them realize that they can make the dream. You know, I'm all about young people, always have, that they are tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, politicians, athletes. They're the future. And Jackie has a wonderful story to tell. She's Native American. You know, she became an All-American basketball player. Incredible odds that she went through to achieve. But we want to let young people know that they can make a difference, okay? They can achieve, but they need to be encouraged.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Lowe. Here comes the payoff. This is laced into left field. A 1-out base hit from Nathaniel Lowe, and the Rangers have a base runner here in the 4th inning.
You just mentioned Jackie McCormick, and she is one of the founders of Rise Above Foundation. Can you tell me a little bit more about, you know, who this will be sort of benefiting and just sort of the hurdles that they have to overcome? I was talking to Bill Kruger, who I know works closely with the organization, and he was telling me that they have a 60% high school graduation rate, which is the same as it was 100 years ago.
Very unfortunate. You know, a lot of Native kids, one of the problems is drinking, you know, alcohol. And unfortunately, But we need to encourage them, let them know that there's another way. And that's what Jackie has done. She's let them know that they can make a difference, they can change. So everything we do through Rise Above goes to supporting that and helping these young people make a difference in their lives.
And this is kind of how you came in, right, Danny? Because there's a script about Jackie's life. You guys are going through the things of making a movie.
But it's so a wonderful way to come in, to make movie stories and to tell stories. There's the power of the potential of this film, and the potential and the power of the film is extraordinary. And it tells the story. And I learned that from my work, that you try to find things in life in which are much larger than you. Building community, whether it's this community, whether it's bringing in the community here in Seattle and around the country, is a part of what we need to do. Those are stories that enhance us and bring us to our full potential as human beings.
2 outs and a man at second base now on a wild pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike to Duran. All right, how did you two come together with Jackie? Like, how did this 3-man weave come out?
Well, I always knew who he was, okay? Because I've watched a lot. I'm a film goer, and I've watched him in many movies and always marveled at what an outstanding job he did. And then through Brad Meyer, who works with Jackie on the foundation, kind of brought us together.
It's interesting. Sometimes we talk about Jackie, but we have to talk about Brad as well, and the work that he's done, and realizing this vision. Yeah, it's one of the things that I've been fortunate enough to do is to go to the schools, to go to the community, this community, as they find their own identity and as they build leadership in their communities, and that's what's happening.
Now, obviously, we know, Coach, that, your background's a Hall of Fame background in basketball. But it's my understanding, I mean, you're a baseball fan as well. and there's a connection here with Jackie Robinson. Please tell me.
Well, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I was a big Dodger fan. And that was the first sport I played, quite frankly, was baseball and stickball. And I used to go to Ebbets Field all the time. I had a very close friend of mine who was just an outstanding baseball player in high school. Baseball and basketball. His name was Tommy Davis. And Tommy came into the major leagues through Jackie Robinson, recruiting him. And Tommy, he won the batting title one year. But I used to deliver groceries to Jackie's house.
Stop it.
Oh, no, really. I delivered groceries, and because we lived in the same neighborhood. And I got a chance to meet him and talk to him. And I was so fascinated by him that I let him know I couldn't believe how he handled it mentally. And he told me, he says, they can never get here in his head.
I know you've been through similar things, so I know you've learned a lot from him.
No question about it. It let me know that if you put your mind to it, you can achieve almost anything.
Now, we're going to keep it right here during the commercial break and talk to these great gentlemen. Danny, you're a San Francisco guy.
Yeah.
Now, you got a connection with the Willies? McCovey and Mays? What do we have here?
Yeah. Oh, my dad. I went to see the San Francisco Seals before the Giants came into the picture. I was really fascinated by Hammer and Hank Aaron. He was so quiet. There was nothing. And sometimes you pull to your own identity those things that you see in others. And he was quiet. there was nothing panache about it, nothing fancy about it. He just did the job, you know. And but I watched the power that sports can play in people's lives, young people's life. I mean, I realized that. I tell when I got knocked over playing football, and I said I'm going to school. I remember that. I didn't like that feeling.
Well, Danny and Lenny, this has been such a treat to have you here. It's so gracious of you to come by, and what a wonderful cause and a film that we all are looking forward to. So thank you so much for all of your interest and all you've done for this.
Well, thank you for having us, and thank you for your support to Rise Above. It's such a worthy program, so thank you so much.
Now we're excited. Great to have you guys, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, then. Okay.
See you, Coach.
Now, what a treat. Danny Glover, Hall of Famer Lenny Wilkins with us here in the booth as Jorge Polanco leads things off. Mariners and the Rangers all tied at 2. Polanco a single his last time up. Right back up the middle, but snared by Smith. He was in the right spot.
You know, we haven't really talked about it a whole lot this season, but I looked up. I mean, Smith's heels must have been on the edge of the grass, and then also, I mean, inches away from second base and on the left side of it.
Yeah, no more shifts. But you can get right there, almost right behind second base. You have to have 2 infielders on either side of the bag. Nothing in 1 to J.P. Crawford.
That was a treat.
That was a lot of fun. This is popped up. Right there to Young for round number 2. 2 up and 2 down. Well, tomorrow you can join the Mariners for Hispanic Heritage Day, presented by T-Mobile. The Mariners are taking on these Rangers at 1:10, and throughout the game we'll be recognizing the Hispanic community's impact on the game of baseball across the Pacific Northwest. Tickets, as always, at Mariners.com. 2 outs for Rojas. Now, here's the real question. You know, Mariners on Sundays wear their Sunday home cream uniforms. Should the Mariners win tonight, dramatic fashion or not, is it City Connects on a Sunday?
I mean, I feel like it's the right color blue.
In the family?
Exactly.
Down by the foul pole in right field. It's got a lot of distance, but it is a foul ball.
You think about the fact that if they just keep winning, Aaron, I mean, if they do indeed wear it tomorrow, and then the Yankees come to town, I mean, do you continue wearing City Connecticut? I mean, are the clubhouse guys just having to constantly launder these things, like day in, day out?
At this point, I would say nothing would surprise me, right? Mariners are very much needing wins and needing a lot of them. Two outs, nobody on. And to right field for a base hit. Rojas keeps the line moving with 2 outs. Mariners have had traffic every inning against Scherzer.
Good things happen when you put it in play, and I really like this 2-strike approach from Rojas. This is in on his hands, and you just see him pull the knob of the bat in so he can get the barrel out. He gets us down the right field line. Yep, look it, see? This is what he's saying. It's like, did you see how close I had to pull my hands in to be able to get to that inside pitch? Yes, we did see it, Josh. Yes, we did.
Robles takes upstairs for ball 1. So the Mariners have had Traffic against Scherzer every inning so far. He is on some form of a pitch count. Apparently it is up to max as the Rangers have their bullpen warming. Might give you some indication.
It is really important, though, that the Mariners get to that bullpen sooner rather than later. Talked about the Rangers struggling lately. They've lost through their last 4 games, but the bullpen has given up 16 runs in 16 2/3 innings over that span. An ERA 8 and change.
Festa and Leiter getting loose. Leiter, a starter who's been moved to the bullpen for now.
What am I seeing with Victor Robles' eye black? He's changed things up on me, Aaron. He's got 2 lines on one side. He's got the 7 on the other. What's happening?
That's the full catalog of designs. Fly ball out to right field. It sends Garcia nearing the track, feeling for the wall. He makes the catch high above his ball cap for out number 3. Robles gave it a ride. Other side is retired.
Wow. 105.
Can't let anything go by.
105.
105.1. That was a legit 105 right there. That's
Strike 3 call. 105 on the inner edge. 105 miles an hour. Catches Machado looking, and all he can do is bow to the great Aroldis Chapman of the Pirates.
De La Cruz is going to run on. There he goes. The pitch is down. The throw down is offline. Ellie De La Cruz takes third base. And that is a monumental steal. That's his 60th swipe of the season. He is the 5th man in the modern era to have 20 homers and 60 steals. It's Joe Morgan, Ricky Henderson, Eric Davis, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Ellie De La Cruz.
Well, he has this one.
There it is, and this guy's hit a long way to right center field. And Guayo leaps. He got it. He made the catch. He got it. He made the catch. Are you kidding me? You won't see better. What a play by the Gold Glover, Brent Doyle.
Timed it perfectly, jumped and stole it.
You got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable.
Tyler Fitzgerald, who's hit a home run in each of the last 4 games he's been in. He swing and he hits a high drive deep to left field. And has he done it again? Yes, he has. Way back.
Logan Gilbert on the mound tonight, his 30th start of the season. This is out towards the alleyway in right center field off the bat of Carson Kelly as Robles able to cut it off and hold Kelly to a leadoff single. So Carson Kelly 2 for 2.
Good angle right there by Robles, no doubt about it. And the right decision between the outfielders, too. Ideally, you want the right fielder or the left fielder to take the short angle in front of the center fielder. I guess the center fielder better to back up.
Tavares fouls that off his lower half and spills on top of home plate.
A lot going on right there.
That didn't look too comfortable.
No, well, that slider was just nasty.
Throw it again. What do you do here? Let's go right back to the well.
Well, as a hitter, you don't want to swing at that pitch again and foul it off of you again.
Leadoff man aboard for the Rangers beginning the 5th. Goes right back to the slider, borderline pitch, and ruled a ball. You know, Now, one day the automatic ball strike system will be here, you have to imagine, in the major leagues. We are seeing it every day in AAA. And for the whole back half of the season, they have gone exclusively to the challenge system, where either the hitter, the pitcher, or the catcher can simply tap the top of their head and then indicates to the home plate umpire that they want to challenge whether or not that pitch was called correctly or incorrectly.
And I really hope that if it comes here to the major league level, that is what they go with.
Instead of straight robo-umps?
Yes, because then, I mean, I have a lot of respect for what catchers do back there. And, you know, even the fact that, like, if you're hitting the same spot over and over and over again, I think you should be rewarded if you're living on that edge. Somebody like Cal, who's so good at stealing strikes, I mean, is it below the zone? Is it right at the zone? Are you going to use one of your challenges up because he's that good?
5th strikeout tonight for Logan Gilbert.
We've seen the Rangers strike out on all sorts of pitches. This one, the splitter, his slider's done it. His cutter at the top of the zone, his four-seamer. So Cal is doing a great job back there, calling the right pitches.
Simeon's been very aggressive. He has swung at the first pitch both times, and both times made an out. He swings at this one and fouls it back, as we see the Angels have now taken the lead as they are up by 1 against the Astros. Well, the challenge system in AAA is what has gotten by far the best reviews. That is why they have shifted to going exclusively to the challenge system. Prior to this, still somewhat kind of recent change of just the challenge system, it was 3 days a week where you could challenge and 3 days a week where it was robo-ump. Monday is a scheduled off day for every team in AAA. 1-1. Makes it 1-2.
And I like the fact that it can only be the catcher, the pitcher, and the hitter. It'll be interesting to see, though, if, like, you know, somebody tries to get some sort of communication system in there, like, right away.
Oh, you going full conspiracy?
I am. You know, all of a sudden, the din of a trash can being slapped is heard. That means challenge. That's the only thing that I kind of worry about, just a little bit.
Next pitch will be number 70 for Logan. 1-2 to Simeon. Now, each team receives 3 challenges, and if you lose the challenge, it's gone. If you win it, you keep it. So, I mean, conceivably, you could lose all your challenges in the first inning.
Yeah. Well, and people joke about around the game, there's like certain type of people that you would not like to have. Like when Jared Kelenic was here, you know, that was like one guy that you would not allow to have, you know, a say-so over the challenge, because he would just challenge every single pitch that he thought was close.
I think about a guy like J.P. Crawford, who has such a great feel for the strike zone. Seems like somebody who would really benefit from the automatic ball strike system. 1 out and 1 out, a full count to Simeon.
Yeah, I wonder if hitters, honestly, like base stealers, would have green light. Like, you have a green light and you over there, no.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Yeah, I was talking to Ryan Bliss earlier this year, and he said that was the case in Tacoma. There's some guys where it's like, hey, you're over. It's not happening.
You're terrible at this. Stop it.
Payoff. Fly ball hanging up left field, carrying Raley back to the wall. Does he have the room? It's just over the glove, over the wall, and a home run. Marcus Semien connects on a 2-run homer, and the Rangers are back in front.
Marcus Semien is such a dangerous hitter, and he's been so good against the Mariners. Again, we were mentioning that over 10% of his career home runs have come against Seattle, and this one just over the reach of Luke Raley. not huge on the exit velocity. He just hit it in the right spot. Luke really just inches away from bringing it back.
0-1 to Josh Smith. One out, nobody on. On the count, evens. Full count to Smith with Wyatt Langford on deck. Two. Strike three call, and he locked him up. 6 strikeout tonight for Logan Gilbert.
A cutter towards the bottom of the zone, and really Logan had been living at the top, and then this one low and away, and just not able to pull the trigger on it. You see the movement on that cutter. He kind of came or gave up on it, and it came back.
Two outs for Wyatt Langford. That's called a strike.
Good job, Cal. And see, that pitch right there, Aaron, you know, back in the day, a catcher would turn his glove the other way, but you see Cal presents even that location right there the exact same way, thumb down, and he doesn't turn the glove. And I remember when people started, you know, receiving balls on that inside corner of the plate against right-handed batters, people were like, you're going to break your thumb, and, you know, what are you doing? Because it is sort of a dangerous way, if you will, to catch the ball, but you're going to get more strikes. And see, look at that. That went all the way over, and he still caught it thumb down versus turning his glove the other way.
Well, Cal's never had any injuries, so I have no fear of anything bad happening, especially to his hands.
Exactly.
Oh, my.
Like his thumb was dangling by a ligament. Good technique, though. Good. Well done, Cal.
Gilbert behind 3 balls and a strike. His 3rd straight 3-ball count. It's another call.
Exactly. I mean, and the reason why, because if you turn your glove the other way, you know it's inside. You know it's too far. Whereas if you receive it like the way Cal is, you're able to present it the same way.
Well, he has been one of the game's very best behind home plate in terms of the framing numbers this year. 3-2. A little too far inside that time.
Yep.
2 out 1.
Papa Murphy's everyday value lineup means big savings on big flavors. Like our new shredded pepperoni, crumbled sausage, or classic cheese pizzas. All for the small price of $7.99 each. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Pete Woodworth out. 85 pitches for Gilbert, maybe giving him a little bit of a breather here. He's had a full count to each of the last 3 batters. You don't see that very often. A rare walk issued from Logan.
And remember, he's coming off that complete game, 8 innings against St. Louis, where he threw 101 pitches. We're in September. There's a lot going on there.
Meanwhile, Yordan Alvarez connects on a 2-run home run. He has put the Astros in front by a run in the 5th inning. Out away from matching a career high in innings pitched. Outer edge for a strike to Adolis Garcia.
It's just like mean, isn't it? That pitch is just mean. And that splitter right there looks so similar to that slider, and then it gets at the bottom of the zone and it just boom, drops out.
Garcia calls for time now with 2 strikes. He struck out on that split finger his last time up. Two outs and Langford at first base. We are so used to seeing Logan Gilbert pitch so deep into games. We mentioned the 8 innings his last time. He pitched 8 innings earlier this year against the Rangers, in fact. Second most quality starts in baseball, but he's approaching 90 pitches here with 2 outs in the 5th. Outside, Langford takes off the throw, the tag, and he's safe. Rangers finally get a stolen base against Cal Raleigh.
Cal couldn't have been much more perfect in there. You see the high lead kick from Logan Gilbert out on the hill, and Cal threw that perfectly to the right side of the bag, right on the money.
Strike 3 called. Just beneath the knees, but close enough. 7th strikeout for Logan Gilbert.
One-two. High fly ball. Deep center field. Meadows is there! Parker Meadows thieves a home run from Raleigh. He planted, he jumped, and he made himself into a poster.
Oh, 6'5". Look at this.
Grounded to short. Homered is flight out to center. 1 for 3. High drive, right field. Towards a Petco porch down the line and gone! Second straight day the Padres have walked it off. This time it's the kid. Jackson Merrill, second home run of the day. Wins it for the Friars. 5-4.
Slider down and in. That's the danger zone. What a way to complete the sweep.
He can put it on a tee.
He's so strong with his hands. He's got a great foundation.
Look how loosey-goosey Junior he is with his hands.
And there's an absolute launch. Big, big number being put up by, say, Oscar Hernandez of the Dodgers.
14.
Good for him.
Scherzer is done after 4 innings and his first start since the end of July.
This is probably exactly where they thought he would end up. 73 pitches, 11 of 19 first pitch strikes, 58%. Not amazing. 2 strikeouts. Kind of interesting that he actually started the day tied with Verlander for 10th place on the all-time strikeout list. We're going to have to check in with Verlander, see how he did.
So another night with a short start from a Rangers starting pitcher. Our Muckleshoot Casino Resort Pen report. Yeah, Rangers bullpen last 4 games, almost 17 innings, almost as many earned runs as innings pitched, and a pretty lofty opposing average, almost 280 as Jack Leiter takes over. Our first look at the former second overall draft pick out of Vanderbilt. Of course, the son of Al Leiter. Faces Julio.
I'm getting old.
Julio has a base hit in each of his last 6 at-bats. Well, both Scherzer and Verlander, former rotation mates, both with a couple of strikeouts today, so still tied. Ball and 2 strikes on Julio, who homered his last time up. He homered to the second deck for the second straight game. Diving after that breaking ball in the dirt. Franchise record is a base hit in 9 consecutive at-bats, which Julio managed to tie that mark last year. I'll have to start a new one. Well, Julio will welcome the Yankees, Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, to town. Monday is an off day for the Mariners, but the Bombers come to town Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We've got some day baseball. Final game of the homestand on Thursday against New York. You can pick up your tickets at Mariners.com. Here is Cal. Now for Leiter, this is his first relief appearance. He has kind of been up and down with Texas. He's made 6 starts, and this is rookie year. 24 years old. If you remember, you go back to college baseball a number of years ago, and it was Kumar Rocker who was headlining that Vanderbilt rotation. We saw Rocker make his major league debut just a couple of nights ago in game 1 of the series. And then it really became Jack Leiter, who looked like maybe he was the top pitching prospect in that Vandy rotation. Rangers ended up selecting him 2nd overall back in 2021.
Still looking for his first major league win, but last time out against the Angels, he was pretty good. 5 innings, got a no decision, but allowed just 3 runs, 6 strikeouts. Respectable.
Misses with that fastball up. Cal Raleigh reaches for the second time. He has walked twice. That brings the tying run to the plate in Randy Arozarena. Troy Taylor up and Dan Wilson's bullpen. That's interesting. 0-1 to Randy. Here comes the 0-2. It was not exactly smooth sailing for Leiter in his first full year of pro ball. He was in Double-A a couple of years ago, made over 20 starts, posted an ERA over 5.5. Had some early struggles. There goes the bat for strike 3. So a breaking ball got Julio, and a breaking ball gets Arozarena. A couple of punch outs for Leiter.
Well, and this is what he does so well, is get guys to swing and miss. His 12.86 strikeout per 9 is still the highest among the Pacific Coast League pitchers. I mean, you hate it as a hitter when you take a swing like that. I mean, that just, you're mad that you struck out, and you're just, I don't even care if I ever see that bat again. Just leave it, take it. I don't want it.
Somebody's got to clean up for you. 0-1 to Luke Raley. 0-2. Well, you figured it would be a long night for the Rangers bullpen with Max Scherzer on the mound tonight, making his first big league start since the end of July, but it is looking like it'll be a bit of a night for the Mariners bullpen as well. Shorter start than we're used to seeing from Logan Gilbert. Taylor continues to warm up inside the Mariners bullpen.
I know the Rangers really made him throw a lot of pitches, and there was times where he was really sort of brilliant in this, and then there were other times in this game where he was really kind of struggling to find the strike zone. A lot of deep counts.
Gilbert at 90 pitches. Full count. There is Logan. Maybe he runs back out there in the 6th inning. It's Lowe, Young, and Duran. Middle-ish part of the order due up. We'll see. 3-2. Fly ball swatted out to right center field. Out of a cannon, blasted and gone. We are tied. It's a new career high 20 homer campaign. Luke Raley.
Just chatting about this. There are times you want to take a measured approach, and there are times with a runner on and you're the tying run at the plate on a 3-2 count that you are going to spin to win on a fastball if you get one, and that's exactly what Luke Raley did.
What a blast. Justin Turner, the batter. Goes after a high heater. .110, 436 feet from Luke Raley. Couple of home runs tonight for the Mariners. Julio, solo blast in the 3rd, and now Luke Raley. Good take just off the plate, 1-2 to Turner. Oh. Now Turner is saying, did you see where that ended up? And he's pretty emphatic about it. It has been a loose strike zone tonight, especially at the bottom of the zone we've seen from both sides. And Turner enraged. Here comes Dan Wilson. And we haven't seen any kind of a Turner in his brief time with the Mariners. And now Dan Wilson. Maniacta coming over to bring Dan back and Turner back. Turner still talking a little bit. Still talking a little bit. Well, the good news is Luke Raley has even the score. 2-run home run. All tied after 5.
Second major league game. It's a fly ball to right right field, and he's the first player in Diamondbacks history whose first career home run is a walk-off winner. Diamondbacks win it. Unbelievable. His second big league game. That's his third hit tonight. His first Major League home run is a walk-off winner.
Ohtani scalds another baseball. Base hit in right field. Pages struts home. 3-0 Dodgers.
That came off the bat.
Gilbert back out there. It's 0-1 to Nathaniel Lowe. Weak wave and a miss. 0-2. It's all tied up at 4 now as Lowe calls time. No one was ejected. And Turner, I would say Turner probably has a pretty long line of credit with Major League umpires for as long as he's been around.
I mean, you really messed up if you made him mad.
Also, I think that man's got a pretty good reputation in the game, and not that he couldn't get ejected, but new skipper.
No, I was wondering, okay, is his inner Lou Piniella, is this, we're going to see it?
On the ground, Turner near the chalk, fields and flips. One away. Gilbert 2 strikeouts shy of 200 for the season. Faces Josh Young. Off the end of the bat practically. Right to Turner. He'll handle this one himself. Pretty speedy 2 outs.
This is the exact inning that Logan Gilbert needed.
Here's Ezekiel Duran. He shows bunt and bunts it foul over by his own dugout. On the ground, over to Rojas. Had a pretty quiet night at third. Over to first in time. And a 1-2-3. Very quick and tidy top of the 6th from Logan Gilbert.
You have a reputation as one of the star players on the team, Leo, and have had your fair share of time in the spotlight this season. You're happiest under the shining stadium lights, but you also know that you need a break to ensure that you're in top shape for the postseason. You're still a major asset to the team, even when you're putting in work away from the field.
Rookie Adrian Del Castillo in his second Major League game. It's a fly ball to right field, and he's the first player in Diamondbacks history whose first career home run is a walk-off winner. Diamondbacks win it. Unbelievable. His second big league game. That's his third hit tonight. His first Major League home run is a walk-off winner.
There's a swing and a high
fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings. That's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks, it's gone.
A grand slam. Second home run. Hang on. He's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
Tonight's Northwest Chevy Blazer EV charge to the playoffs. Yeah, Astros are winning. Jordan Alvarez, a 2-run home run, so they are on top in the 6th inning. The Mariners, well, if the Astros win, of course, the Mariners have to win, and even if they do, they'll still be 4.5 back. 3 and back in the wild card chase. Leiter, he's got a lot of innings left in him tonight. Starter making his first major league relief appearance. If the Astros hang on and win that game tonight against the Angels, they will have won 10 of their last 16. Out to right field. Garcia has just enough room. 1 away. Angie, you want to do this one?
Join me. Join me. Mariners postgame presented by Emerald Queen Casino.
See.
Man, if you hate me, today sucks for you. Because I was here for the pregame show. I'm here for the game. I'll be here for the postgame show. But I've got some really cool dudes around me in Brad Adam and Tom Glasgow too. So if you hate me, stay for them.
See, I could not have worked all that in my copy. So there's a reason why you did it. 0-1 to J.P. Crawford. JP's been aboard once tonight, a walk back in the 2nd.
This is like the band was back together, by the way, because Tommy G's here tonight. Tommy Glasgow was here.
You mean Clark Kent?
and Lenny Wilkins. I mean, this was like 4 names of the station ago. Like, this is before Root Sports, before Fox Sports Net Northwest, before Fox Sports Net. This is like prime sports peeps. We're all in the building tonight. So
yeah, some antenna out of some guy's trunk.
You've
that
heard
far
about
back.
This.
Yeah,
you
no.
nailed it. I mean, you nailed it.
I mean, it worked. 2 balls and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford.
It's literally spot on, Aaron.
Going after a pretty well located fastball to 98, up and away. 2 down. The final kids on the bases of the season is coming up tomorrow afternoon. Of course, it's the final game of this series against the Texas Rangers. That means a 1:10 first pitch. All kids 14 and under will have a chance to circle the bases thanks to PNC Bank. Tickets for the entire family can be had at Mariners.com. It's kind of funny that the Rangers ended up getting those top 2 arms in the Vanderbilt rotation that everyone was drooling over in Rocker and Leiter, and we have happened to see both of them in the first 3 games.
It is crazy. Rocker, man, he was good.
And the year Leiter was taken 2nd overall, the Rangers, Kumar Rocker was drafted by the Mets just a handful of picks later. Mets did not like his medicals. He did not sign. In fact, the reports were that the Mets never even made an offer to Rocker. So Rocker pitched in independent league baseball for a handful of starts and then went back into the draft and actually improved his draft stock. He was taken 3rd overall the following year by the Rangers. Smith calling for this one. Rangers shortstop makes the catch, and Leiter works a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. Mariners and the Rangers are tied after 6 innings.
Wow. 105.
Can't let anything go by.
105.
105.1. That was a legit 105 right there. That's
Strike 3 call. 105 on the inner edge. 105 miles an hour. Catches Machado looking, and all he can do is bow to the great Aroldis Chapman of the Pirates.
2-2. And a high towering fly ball left center. That's pretty well hit. Ramos to the track and wall. That ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Goldschmidt. Number 350 in his career.
This is a guy that has an idea of what he's looking for. That's number 10 on this season for Goldie, and as you mentioned, number 350 in the career of Paul Goldschmidt.
7th pitch to Gunnar leading off the game, and Henderson drills it right field down the line. That's a Gunnar. Oh, that thing got out of here in a nanosecond. Another leadoff Gunnar stunner, and the Orioles jump on top. 112.3 miles per hour, 410 feet. I'm not even sure I saw this ball leave the bat. It was hit so quickly.
The night is over for Logan Gilbert, who finishes, Angie, with 7 strikeouts tonight.
Yeah, he had really all of it working tonight. We're going to have to wait another day for him to reach 200 strikeouts for the season, but he was really impressive. A couple of mistakes on the home runs. In fact, you have to go back 11 starts to find the last time that Logan Gilbert allowed 2 home runs in a game.
He finishes tonight 2 strikeouts shy of 200. So, yes, that will be coming up. His next time, you'd have to imagine. Our Beacon Plumbing call to the pen as Troy Taylor is on here, tied in the 7th inning.
He has been so effective for the Mariners in 14 appearances this season with an ERA 2.13. Predominantly, you're going to see fastball and sweeper from him.
Faces 8, 9, and 1. One ball and 1 strike to Carson Kelly. Taylor working for the 3rd time in 4 days. Has quickly climbed the ranks in the bullpen for the Mariners. On the ground, backhand play there by Josh Rojas. A strike over to first. 1 away. Kelly retired for the first time this evening. Our T-Mobile coverage cam. What a busy day here in Soto. Apple Cup across the street over at Lumen Field earlier today, and last crowd on hand here tonight for Game 3. All tied in the 7th inning. And pins in there for a strike. Leody Taveras batting now for the Rangers.
Yeah, you really think when you envision that sweeper about the horizontal movement on that pitch, but he has so much vertical movement on that pitch as well.
Oh,
there you go.
I just tied him up. Right on cue.
Yeah, on average 43 inches of drop on that pitch.
Almost curveball-like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Count sets up outside. Way outside for the 0-2. A rare changeup. I guess that's what it was marked as. That's a pitch that's kind of been an R&D for Troy Taylor. Been working on that one.
I had to ask the truck what R&D meant.
It's a very advanced term, Angie. I hope they made something up.
No, they didn't.
2-2.
Yeah, but to your point, it still is in the research and development stage. 1.6% of the time we see that change up. So we also should really feel and consider ourselves lucky that we got to see it.
Fastball misses in. It's a full count. Wow.
Just fighting to stay alive. I'm going to come up with a whole bunch of new swings. We talked about the Michael Jackson, the sword, you know, all those. That was like a pickleball backhand. Just
right back up the middle and past J.P. Crawford. Some speed aboard at first base for the Rangers with one down here in the 7th.
actually a really nice piece of hitting there by Leody Taveras. He's seeing the ball well today. Game of inches.
1 out, 1 on Marcus Semien. On the outer edge for a strike. Semien homered. He gave the Rangers a somewhat short-lived lead back in the 5th inning. On a 2-run blast just over the fence. And there's that sweeper and ahead 0-2. Now Taylor, a young man who made his pro debut last year and has very quickly become part of the back end of this Mariners bullpen. Marcus Semien goes too far around, chasing that sweeper, and there is out number 2.
This is going to put a smile on Troy Taylor's face tonight when he goes to bed and he realizes I threw that pitch like 5 feet outside. It nearly passed through the left-hander's batter's box, and I got Semien to swing at that pitch. I mean, that is how much that ball was moving.
Fastball runs in. Two outs and a man on Josh Smith. 0 for 3 tonight. He is spinning it, isn't he?
Oh my gosh, that pitch is so good tonight. And it's nowhere near the strike zone. And guys are just swinging at it because, I mean, it's just, it's moving 4.5 feet. Oh, if he could have dotted that in the strike zone, that would have, there would have been no chance he got a bat off his shoulder for that one.
Go ahead run at first base for Texas. Top of the 7th with 2 outs. Blows it past him. 2-2. Taveras to lead at first base. Taylor's 2-2. Puts him away with the breaking ball. Troy Taylor, a revelation out of this Mariners bullpen.
It's the great mascot race. Here we go. And they're on. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. Who will win? It's the play at the plate. It's the Oriole Bird. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Well hit deep right. The power of De La Cruz. 4 extra base hits. He just crushed his 2nd homer of the game. What a souvenir. Reds get one back in a big way. His 3rd career multi-home run game.
polar bear. He sends one deep to right field. Ranging back is Nootbaar at the wall. There it is. History for Pete Alonso. Home run number 200. Just the 4th Met all time to hit the mark. And he slashes the Cardinal lead in half.
200 home runs, on his way for many, many more.
Find your inner boom with Seahawks Scratch. Play today for your chance to win $50,000 or Legends Weekend Game Day Experience with Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman. Mariners and the Rangers all tied up. Our Miller Lite moment. Troy Taylor with a couple of timely punch-outs.
Yeah, the one to Simeon was headed basically to the Mariners on deck circle. It was so far outside, but so filthy. And then he gets Josh Smith as well. Great pitch.
Robles out towards the gap, and it it gets past. It's off the glove of Garcia, and Robles sprints into second. He stands in there. Go-ahead run in scoring position. That looked like a for sure out number 1 for a moment. Let's see what happened.
Could have been the lights. I mean, maybe. But it looked like he was tracking this. Yeah, it looked like, I mean, he turned his head away. That one went up into the lights, and then it became self-preservation. So, absolutely a perfect location there off the bat of Robles, and smart for him. He was hustling all the way to get into second.
Now, who else do you want up right now than Julio?
Are you asking me, or are you asking Leiter?
Rhetorically. Yeah, this is the last guy Leiter wants to see. Julio, 4 hits last night, 2 tonight, including a home run. He has homered in back-to-back games. Go-ahead run with speed at second base. Chance for Julio. Leiter just his 7th major league appearance, his first out of the bullpen. 1-1. Behind 1-2. Chance to put the Mariners in front. Way outside. The 2-2. Fouls it right back to the glove of Kelly, who holds on. Leiter attacks him with a fastball up. There is out number 1.
Nice swing by Julio, but he's just a bit tardy on this one at the top of the zone and can't get his hands to it. And once you get to 2 strikes, you're thinking about having to cover the top and the bottom, and not unlikely to be late to the top.
1 out, 1 on for Cal Raleigh. Oh, and 1. Another high fastball from Leiter. Now, Cal has been a major run producer all year, and especially lately. 12 RBIs in his last 11 games. Leiter not trying to trick anybody. Last couple of pitches. A lot of fastballs recently. Robles the go-ahead run. Base hit gives the Mariners the lead here in the 7th inning. A little short.
Sometimes they say, you know, it's good to throw it. And other times you think, okay, that could have easily been to the backstop.
Guarantee. Guarantee.
Let me hear it.
2 shoulders.
2 shoulders. Everybody, you heard it. 2 shoulders.
Finally get one. I mean, come on, rookie. Tied game in the 7th. Oh, I feel good. That's what I'll be honest, Ange, that was a rough road for a while. I thought I knew this guy.
Does he lay hands on the umpire? Just to try to get a couple extra minutes.
Been studying the Mad Dog for years.
Now I'm kind of wondering what's going on.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know. Like, was there something he felt on the curveball?
Liner motion into the back of his head for something?
Maybe you got your pitch comm at one volume, and all of a sudden the Mariners fans get all excited. They're screaming, they're yelling, and you can't hear as well.
Interesting time for a mound visit. Well, back at it, 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Robles still at second. And the dirt once again, 2-2. Cal trying to put the Mariners in front. Robles takes off. It's high. The throw, it is not in time, and Victor Robles swipes third base yet again. He is 10 for 10. He is yet to be caught taking third base.
And this is a feel thing. I mean, more than just a pure jump, it's about when he decides to go, and he's so smart about that, Aaron. I mean, he's reading the pitcher, he's reading the defense, he's figuring out how far this third baseman is off of the bag, and he takes all those things into account, and he makes the right decision.
Infield is in. This is foul. Wow.
That was so close. Oh, this will be a good view.
Malachi Moore right there at first base. So with Robles stealing third, infield has to come in with 1 out for the Rangers, all tied. No longer need a hit to take the lead. 3-2. Misses low, and Cal Raleigh wants for the 3rd straight plate appearance.
I know Cal's wanting to do damage in this situation, but just so smart right there. Pass the baton to the next guy. Don't go chasing hits out of the zone, trying to make something happen. Trust the guy behind you.
Well, I mentioned the Mariners 2nd in the majors in on-base percentage this month. That has definitely become a velocity we've seen take over for the Mariners. Now here is Randy. On the outer edge, strike 1. Randy had a big knock last night in the 7th, an RBI single. Robles at third, go-ahead run. Cal at first. 1 out. The 0-1. Got a fastball over the plate, but couldn't connect. Chance for Randy inside T-Mobile Park. Lighters 0-2. Right back, skips off the mound. Semi a little option pass. Smith to first base, and it's a double play. And the Mariners' threat is erased. Could not cash in with a runner at third. We are.
1-2. High fly ball. Deep center field. Meadows is there! Parker Meadows thieves a home run from Raleigh. He planted, he jumped, and he made himself into a poster.
Oh, 6'5". Look at this.
He can put it on a tee.
He's so strong with his hands. He's got a great foundation.
Look how loosey-goosey, Junior, he is with his hands.
And there's an absolute launch. Big number being put up by, say, Oscar Hernandez of the Dodgers.
14.
Good for him. 14's a big number, guys.
That's the one.
Say, Oscar Hernandez is your 2024 Home Run Derby champ. 2-2. And Farmer hits a line drive, sailing away from Mullins. Oh! An impossible catch. Oh, my goodness. Tip your cap, Cole Irvin. Tip your cap, everybody. Cedric Mullins, insane in center.
Cedric Mullins flying through the air like Superman. Just robbed Kyle Farmer.
The Reds' best player against the Giants' best pitcher, and here we go. Buckle up, folks.
He hits a fly ball, right center. Yastrzemski has it, and Blake Snell.
Look away, Angie. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by, fittingly, UW Medicine, top-ranked research, care, and learning, working together to improve your health. UW Medicine, a higher degree of health care. And by Steel. To find your local Steel dealers, visit steeldealers.com.
That's a good shirt. Yeah, too soon. Too soon.
What a goal line stand. Wyatt Langford leading things off. Colin Snyder. This is inside. We are tied beginning the top of the 8th inning.
Colin Snyder in 37 appearances. Look at that ERA, 1.49, 41 strikeouts.
Master of the soft contact this year, Colin Snyder. This is their 2-0 to Langford. He's been aboard twice tonight, a double and a walk. Up and in, 2-2.
Just with his release and with his arsenal, I mean, that 94 at that location looks 99.
Very late on 95 over the plate.
Again, he is just so deceptive with his release. And Wyatt Langford just trying to protect there.
Another 3-2. Rayleigh in front of the warning track. Two hands, out number one. Leadoff man sat down. Here comes Adolis Garcia.
It's just huge in these late innings here, Aaron, to get that leadoff out.
So critical. Taylor was able to do that in the 7th, and Snyder here in the 8th.
Nice.
Strike at the top of the zone to Garcia, who has struck out twice tonight. All tied at 4 with 1 out and nobody out at the top of the 8th inning. Dan Wilson going to his leverage arms here. First to his Taylor in the 7th. And now Snyder here in the 8th.
And those guys threw back-to-back days. The last game of the last series, the first game of this one, and they got the day off yesterday. Had a feeling that they were probably going to be down. Not going to go to them 3 days in a row, but right back to them today.
Cal sets up in the other batter's box. And he still makes contact with it, but rolls over to J.P. Crawford. 2 outs. Two up and 2 down for Snyder. Here comes Nathaniel Lowe, 1 for 3 tonight.
Nice.
Ahead 0-2. Pitched him away, pitched him in.
Yeah, well, that cutter, the pitch before, it's not something that he throws very often to the right-handed batters, but the lefties see a great deal of it, and you can see why.
Snyder's 0-2. Line drive right to the chest of Jorge Polanco. For out number 3, it's a 1-2-3, top of the 8th, spun by Colin Snyder. This game remains tied.
1-2. High fly ball. Deep center field. Meadows is there! Parker Meadows thieves a home run from Raleigh. He planted, he jumped, and he made himself into a poster.
All 6'5". Look at this.
It's a quick 0-2. That one didn't. There comes Yelich to the plate, and Yelich is safe at home.
How does he throw the ball back to the pitcher? From a knee. He looks up. I mean, a great move by Weathers just to barehand it and throw it back. But as a lefty, the first thing you need to do is be looking over at third base and moving that direction just in case. But honestly, that hardly ever happens.
Ohtani pitches in the dirt. Ohtani's stolen second. 43rd for Ohtani. Driven the other way. Gurriel on the track. Gurriel on the wall. It's gone. Shohei with another shot.
A milestone night for Luke Raley. His 20th home run of the season. A new career high. And there was little doubt.
Yeah, if you didn't see it off the bat, all you had to do was really watch the center fielder because Taveras really didn't move much.
Luke has 2 career multi-homer games. Does not have one as a Mariner. On the ground, hit pretty firmly, smothered by Semien. Short throw. Nice play there by Marcus Semien at second base. 1 out.
Rats, that wasn't really the word that came to mind, but that's what I'll say. He was just a little bit out in front of that one. He's so strong, though. Hit this so hard, nearly got by Semien. And Raley, with his speed, nearly beat it out.
Here's Turner. 0-2 on Justin Turner. And to fight that one off. What a bizarre series from the pitching perspective of the Rangers. Two of the game's great pitching prospects in Rocker and now Leiter working in very long relief, and then two of the old guard and just two of the game's greats. And DeGrom last night and Scherzer tonight.
The ends of the spectrums for sure. You had a feeling, that they were probably going to have something in their back pocket with Scherzer going today and not knowing just really how long he was going to go. And the bullpen has really kind of been taxed lately for the Rangers. So this is a brilliant play on their part. Throw out a starter instead.
Turner's worked the count full. 3-2. This finds the crowd. Well, of those four pitchers, Scherzer, the only one who wasn't throwing 97. A lot of 97s and 99s between Rocker and now Leiter, and of course what we saw from DeGrom last night. Down the left field line, a fair ball. Justin Turner is on his way to second base. Dug out by Langford. Throw to second and a belly flop slide. The Mariners have a go-ahead run in scoring position in the 8th inning.
A tremendous at-bat, a 9-pitch at-bat. He just battles and battles until he can get one into play. And you see how far out in front he was on that slider. But everything going towards center field, and with that bat path, following that center field path versus coming out to the third base line, he's able to float that one into left.
Maddox back out there for a word. Dylan Moore arrives at second base. He is running for Turner, representing the go-ahead run. Jose Leclerc, leverage arm for the Rangers, beginning to stir. Meanwhile, Andres Munoz swarming, hoping to pitch with the lead in the 9th inning. Well, the Mariners had a runner at third and one out in the 7th and could not cash in and take the lead. They have one out and a runner at second here in the 8th. Facing the rookie Leiter. And I wonder if there's a situation if the Rangers were in it, if they would go to Leclerc here, and they are instead keeping Leiter out there. Obviously, they're not a playoff contending team right now. This has not hit especially deep. Langford is into the gap and makes the catch. There's out number 2, and Dylan Moore has to stay put. This is the second time through for Leiter. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Alaska Airlines, the official airline of the Seattle Mariners. Score elite status faster. Join the most generous loyalty program at alaskaair.com. It's a game changer. And by Giza Credit Union, member-owned, community-focused. The Luis Castillo Got the Pop Funko collectible given out tonight. Here's JP. 97 splits the inner black. Go ahead run, Dylan Moore at second base. And he's behind 0-2. Angels now within a run. And threatening to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mariners would love to gain a game tonight. Christopher Negron skips some rope, popping over that foul ball. JP trying to find a way to bring Dylan Moore home. Oh, 2. Go ahead run at second base, tied at the bottom of the 8th. Another 0-2. This is very high, ball and 2 strikes. He got him. Curveball puts J.P. Crawford away. Man, that double is stranded at second base. Second straight frame. The Mariners have stranded the go-ahead run in scoring position. Munoz coming up.
Libera tu espíritu ganador. Apuestas deportivas y cientos de juegos de casino. Disfruta de pagos en minutos, una plataforma segura y atención personalizada en todo momento. Pronostica, diviértete y lleva tu pasión al siguiente nivel. Betcris.
Rookie Adrian Del Castillo in his second major league game. It's a fly ball to right field, and he's the first player in Diamondbacks history whose first career home run is a walk-off winner. Diamondbacks win it. Unbelievable. His second big league game. That's his third hit tonight. His first major league home run is a walk-off winner.
Pirates, no runs, no hits, 1 error.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, Shota, 7 no-hit innings.
Nate Pearson, the new pitcher on the mound, is a bouncer to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first to get him.
8 no-hit innings. Porter Hodge on the mound.
Down to their last chance.
Grounder to short. Dansby to first. There it is.
A combined no-hitter for the Chicago Cubs.
Mariners baseball is brought to you by Home Street Bank. Make sure your money is working for you with a CD from Home Street. Visit homestreet.com/dugout for rates. Member FDIC. And by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 47 years. Now the wheel is shining bright tonight. Mariners and the Rangers all tied, moving to the 9th, and Andres Munoz is on.
Opponents hitting just a .151 against him this season, and there was nothing unlucky for Munoz yesterday on Friday the 13th, 3 up, 3 down against these Rangers.
On a strike. It's into the whiff on the slider.
such good sequencing there, too. I mean, you see that slider, and you're so far out in front of it, and then 97 in on your hands, and you're frozen.
Young, a good hitter, but 0 for 3 tonight. Does not chase the slider down. 2-2. Rojas, a nifty snare, pops up and a strike to first base, 1 away. Man, has he gotten it done over there this year or what?
Perry Hill is over there beating his chest. Not really, but he should be. Look at this play by Rojas. I mean, lays out, and then look how quickly he gets up. Uses his knees to pivot, turn around, spin, and that's the beauty of baseball. The bases never move. He doesn't need to look to see where he's throwing.
100 in for a swing and a miss. Right back to it. 0-2. We've been seeing a couple more 99s out of Munoz recently.
On a play like the one Rojas just made will fire you up too.
Ready for the fastball this time. It hangs up in the right field. Robles wants it. 2 outs. Carson Kelly, a couple of hits already tonight, takes low for ball 1. Swinging bunt back to Munoz, runs it halfway. He retires the side in order. The Mariners are in position. Rojas, Robles, and that man Julio coming up to try to win it for the Mariners in the bottom of the 9th.
Wow, 105.
Can't let anything go by.
105.
105.1. That was a legit 105 right there. That's
Strike 3 call. 105 on the inner edge. 105 miles an hour. Catches Machado looking, and all he can do is bow to the great Aroldis.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God.
All tied up in the Queen City.
Nickname of Polar Bear. He sends one deep to right field. Ranging back is Nootbaar at the wall. There it is. History for Pete Alonso. Home run number 2.
Oh, don't miss out on the Mariners Care auction bid. You can bid on signed jerseys from Mariners legends like Junior, Ichiro, Edgar, many more. Proceeds will benefit the Fosse Home, the nonprofit partner of the Mariners Academy in the Dominican Republic, and Manny Acta's Impact to Kids Foundation. You can bid right now at mariners.com/auction. Now the Mariners A chance to... He will face 9, 1, and 2 in the order. It starts with Josh Rojas. Going after the first pitch, he sends this in the air out to Langford in left field. A routine out, number 1. One pitch, one away to the top of the order, Robles. Shows bunt, pulls back. There's a very wide repertoire for Leclerc. A lot of swing and miss. One ball and one strike. Down the left field line, fair ball into the corner. Robles is on his way to second base, and the Mariners have primed the pump in the 9th inning. They've got the winning run at second once again.
Victor Robles has been unconscious his last 18 games. Coming into tonight, batting .429. And here gets his second double of the night.
Okay, and Julio do it for the Mariners again. 8th inning go-ahead home run last night. Tonight trying to win it in the 9th. Strike 1. Plenty of speed out there at second base. Base hit can win it. Long hold. The 0-1. There goes Robles. Low and away. There's no chance to get him. He steals third for the second time tonight.
Again, it's when he chooses to do this. Leclerc paying him no mind. Is he having a good time out there? He's having a good time out there.
Maddox out for a visit. One of the best things I've heard anyone say about any ball player came this year, and it was Assistant General Manager Andy McKay when he was talking about Victor Robles. He said if only more guys could prepare like big leaguers and play like little leaguers.
Yes.
And that is what Victor Robles does.
I'm not surprised that you got gold from Andy McKay. I just adore listening to him. But it's just so true. If you want to excel at this game, you want to be really good at this game, and you want to be good at this game for a long time, you need to play this game free and easy. I mean, you look at Julio. When Julio's going best, he's got a smile from ear to ear, just like Robles there. Not making anything too big. You're not solving world hunger.
Well, right now, he represents the winning run, and the infield has to come in. A hefty fly ball wins this game for the Mariners. Now, let's see what they're going to do. They will put him on now.
Smart. That's smart. I mean, but if you're Cal Raleigh here, you know the assignment.
Well, there's one guy who's pretty good at getting the ball in the air. It would be Cal Raleigh. Robles remains the winning run at third base. Julio will be hanging out at first. Cal a chance to win it. Let's see, everybody all right? Here we go. Down and in. Ball one. Cal has just one official at-bat tonight. He's walked his last 3 times up. Two and 0. One out, runners on the corners. The 2-0. 3-0. Now Rosarena on deck. Base hit wins it. Off the plate, ball 4. Cal Raleigh has walked his last 4 times up, and the bases are now loaded. You got nowhere to put a Rosarena.
Even though we saw Leclerc last night, he didn't get used a whole bunch. He only threw 5 pitches in that one, so I have to believe he's probably pretty spry. But right now, he can't find it.
Bases loaded, 1 away. Randy at the plate. They wanted to end it.
I like the way you're thinking, Randy. If you're looking for something middle in, he gets it. Just missed it.
He calls for time. Robles the winning run, leading off of 3rd. 1 out. 0-1. 0-2. Runners all around. A hit wins it. 0-2. This, it clanks off of Smith, and the Mariners win it. It was a body blow to Josh Smith, and the Mariners walk it off. Randy Rosarena wins it for the Mariners.
Just a fantastic job of 2-strike hitting there. And we said it before. A win like last night can really shift the direction of things. And the way they were able to win that one tonight, all of those things fold into this game here tonight.
They'll all be doing that tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, City Connects.
I think you have to. I mean, you don't mess with a good thing, Aaron. You don't mess with a good thing. The clerk has him 0-2. He had lived on the inside corner of the plate, and this time Randy was ready for it. Drawn in infield means Smith doesn't have enough time to react to this one.
He's ready for him.
That's the thing. Randy's speed did this. They couldn't have their middle infield back up and play for the double play. They had to come in and have the infield in with the runner on 3rd. There's no chance you're going to double up Randy on a ground ball up the middle.
Houston still playing. They are winning late. Right now, the Mariners have gained a half game. If the Astros hold on, the standings will stay idle. The Mariners will be 4.5 back. A game again. Got to get it. And they got it tonight. Now, what a thriller the last couple of nights. Julio, the home run last night of the 8th. And tonight, Randy walks it off for the Mariners. And he splashes himself with the water bucket.
That was awesome.